Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mogi Beth, and for those of y'all who are new here, I am the owner of a six-figure reselling business that sells women's clothing, shoes, accessories on places like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Tradesy. Okay, today's video, I really wasn't sure if I should post it or not, to be honest, because while I had really wanted to show y'all and give y'all tips about the successes I have had going from the bins to the buy-sell trade store, you can probably tell from the title of this video that this was not a success. It wasn't really a failure, but it wasn't a success by any means of the imagination, and it was definitely, I guess you could say, a learning experience. So I decided to go ahead and share it with y'all. What we're gonna do is first, I'm gonna bring y'all with me to the Goodwill Outlet or the bins a little bit, and we're gonna go find some stuff to take to Crossroads. I'll do a haul after that and show y'all everything that I found. And then I went and took that stuff to Crossroads, two different locations here in Portland, recorded what they took and recorded how much they paid for things. And then I'll meet y'all back here and share with y'all what they took, how much I got paid out, and then also what I decided to pick up at the buy sell trade store. But you know, just a little bit of a warning, it didn't go as I expected. And so I'll share with y'all later at the end of the video what I mean by that and what learning lessons I gained from this experience. But without further ado, we're gonna jump back in time to when I was shopping at the Goodwill bins. Hey y'all, I am at the bins. So in Portland, I am very fortunate that we have actually three kind of bins in the area, or Goodwill outlets in the area that I have available to me. None of them are particularly close to where I live. I kind of live in the smack middle of all three. So I think a couple days ago I decided to go into one. I spent maybe a little over an hour and I had a lot of good luck. So I decided to try a different one today. We'll see what kind of luck that I have. But they're being really safe at the Goodwill outlets here. I'm gonna have to go wait in line. Right now it's 4:15. They close at 7, so I don't have that much time. I have about 2 hours or so. So I wanted to see, okay, what kind of luck can I have in 2 hours at the Goodwill bins? And I don't think I'm going at the best time. I'm probably going at the worst time. So that definitely makes a difference. But I have to go wait in line because they only have so many people allowed in at one time, and then it's one person per bin. So I actually think it's pretty safe. You keep a 6-foot distance from people most of the time, which is nice. And of course, I'm going to wear a mask the whole time. So I will show y'all a little bit of me thrifting or sourcing here, but it's really hard because I'm using both hands to go through the items. When I'm at the thrift store, I literally hold my camera or my phone with one hand and then use my other hand to go through the racks, but I can't really do that here. So I'll show you some of what I find. For the most part, I'm going to show y'all the haul, and then I also want to show y'all the results of me taking what I want to take to Crossroads and how much money I can make just through that. So, okay, I gotta go get in line, so wish me luck. Alright, well, here I am going through the clothing in one of the bins at the Goodwill bins. As you can see, there is a lot of stuff that just does not have any type of resale value. It's not really worth anything. A lot of it is due to fast fashion, unfortunately. So as resellers, we're really looking for that 1% of inventory that actually has some sort of resale value and is worth our time, our energy, and our resources. But my strategy at the Goodwill bins is to go through every piece like this. Okay, wait, one moment. This is a pair of Volcom pants that I found and decided to put in my cart to take to Crossroads. I think it would have been a good piece, but then after looking it over, it had several stains. But anyways, I go through every single item at the bins and I feel it. And in this video, I'm trying to show you every single brand tag, but really what I usually do is I just feel the material, feel the construction of the garment, and then if I think it's high quality, I'll look at the brand tag. But I really believe that touching every single piece allows me to find those diamonds in the rough, because oftentimes, they're in the place where you least expect them to be. And honestly, that's kind of what happens to me at the bins. Right when I start thinking, is there anything here? That's when I find the best piece. But you're about to see me in a second find one of the best pieces that I found at this particular Goodwill Outlet. Let me know in the comments down below if you like this type of footage, if you like this type of content. I can make more of it for sure. I love making thrift with me's, but I don't do too many at the bins, so just let me know in the comments down below. And there she is, my Reformation dress. Yay! Alright, well, I just left the bins. I was there for about 2 hours. I also stood in line for like 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes maybe. I only got 7.5 pounds, and it was at $2.19 per pound, so $16.56. But I did find 2 Reformation pieces, so that's pretty crazy. And I think I found a few other good things. I think what I'll do is go home, wash this stuff, because I do like to wash the stuff at the bins. The stuff I find at Goodwill, the thrift store, I just steam, but this stuff has a unique smell to it. So I'll wash it tonight, and then I think I'll do a haul of this stuff and the stuff I found the other day, and kind of decide what I want to list and what I want to take to Crossroads, and then we will do a little check-in and see what Crossroads takes and what they don't take, and how much money I can make from them. Because really what I like to do is take this stuff to Crossroads, trade it in, and then be able to trade it in for in-store credit, so I can pick out items from Crossroads that are gonna sell quickly. So anyway, alright, I'm so tired, so hungry. I'm gonna go home. Love y'all. Good night. Alright, I went to 2 bins. One, I kind of took you in. I didn't get as much bins footage as I would have liked, but I think I'm gonna do, or try to do, we'll see, a thrift with me at the bins where I can either get Tomas or Matt to tag along and help me film, because it's a little bit tricky now with COVID, and also just digging through it while filming at the same time. So I have the trip that I showed y'all, and then I have the trip that I didn't show y'all a couple days before that I also want to show you, and I'm going to take all of it to Crossroads and see what I get for it. For the purposes of this video, and also just because it's easier for me, I'm going to take the majority of it to Crossroads, even if I think it would be good to resell, just to see what I get for those items. And then hopefully I can actually just find better items at Crossroads, because that's really the goal for me personally. I like to sell more mid-tier designer stuff, and I don't think I found too much of that in these 2 thrift trips. So I'm excited to see what they'll take, and that's what I want to report after the haul, is what they took, how much they offered me for payout with just cash, and then how much they offered me with payout with trade-in value. And as resellers, I feel like that trade-in value can be really useful because you can buy inventory. And so then I will also tell y'all if I found anything to resell. Okay, so let's go over what I found at the Goodwill Outlet that I actually took y'all to, and then I'll do the other one as well. Okay, so again, this is the Goodwill I took y'all to. I didn't find too many things, but I like the things I found. The first is this Zara, and this is a Faux Sherpa and Faux suede jacket. It's got this big oversized pocket on the front, cuffed sleeves, unfinished seams, so a little bit of Sherpa is coming out on all the seams, which is really cute. I would be surprised if Crossroads didn't take this. There is like one teeny tiny flaw, but it's actually in such good condition for the bins, so was happy to find that. And I think this time of year that's a really good piece. And I could not believe I found this. This is Reformation, and as y'all saw from my video, this is the second Reformation piece I found at the Goodwill Outlet in the limited time I had there. This is a trench coat. I'll probably steam this real quick before I take it, just because I find with Crossroads or ThredUp or any kind of consignment, the better the garment looks, the more likely they are to take it. So if you do have time to wash it or to steam it, then I think it's definitely worth it. I didn't want to wash this one because it said dry clean only. And the other thing about this piece is that it's missing the belt. But I mean, this coat retails, I think, for over $200. It doesn't actually, the comps on it don't look as impressive as I thought they would. It's a 100% Tencel trench coat and it's a size small. So I think it's so cute. I need to steam it, so I'm gonna set that aside. Now I got another coat, and this is a men's coat, also by Zara Man. This is one that honestly, if they don't take it, I'll definitely resell it. It's this really cute quilted jacket with pockets, and then it has this buckle detail on the back. Really just sophisticated piece. It's a size large, but I am excited to see if Crossroads will take this. In the past, they've told me that they are more on the lookout for menswear than women's wear, just because they have more women come in and bring their clothes than they do men. So I'm hoping that they'll accept my menswear pieces that I picked up, but we will see. And that's really especially because ThredUp does not accept men's, and so if I have any pieces that I don't want to resell that are men's, I'm kind of stuck with them because ThredUp won't take them. ThredUp is really the place I send all of my inventory that I don't want to sell. Okay, so next is this Eileen Fisher sweater. And I actually might take this to Crossroads, but I would be very surprised if they took it. It's this really pretty kind of dusty purple color. I washed it and then laid it flat to dry, and it didn't shrink, luckily. It's a 36% nylon, alpaca, wool, and silk. So it's in really good condition. Such a great piece to find at the bins, and it's really lightweight, so it didn't cost me much at all. Next is a piece I could definitely resell if they don't take it, but I would be surprised if they don't take it. It's this Nike crop top, and this one's really cute. I just love the hot pink and black. It is a size large, so I think they'll definitely take this, but we'll see. Okay, and then this is the Reformation dress that y'all saw me find. This is, I believe, the old Reformation tag, although I have seen some of the newer pieces with this tag, but I believe this is definitely an older piece. It's this floral dress. It's kind of got a flared sleeve a little bit, mini dress with this deep V neckline and then a tie at the neckline as well. Very cute. Okay, and then the last two items that I found, which y'all, I know I didn't find that much, especially in almost 2 hours, but the last two pieces I found were this Anthropologie sweater. Let me zip it up here. And this is definitely an older piece. It's a piece that I would definitely not resell, but it will either, I'm gonna try to take it to Crossroads and we'll see if it will sell there, or I can send it to ThredUp. So it is a moth sweater, and newer moth pieces will say moth for Anthropologie, I believe, and it's a size small, so we'll see if Crossroads accepts that. And then I also found another older Anthropologie piece. This is HD in Paris, and this is a really pretty midi length bodycon type dress with this kind of jacquard knit fabric, and then a zipper on the back, kind of a statement zipper. So, and this is a size 4. One thing that Crossroads has told me is that they don't really buy workwear, and since this is more of a workwear piece, they may not, seeing stains on it now. Oh geez, it has some stains. Oof, has some serious stains on the front. I thought I checked it, but alas, that's what happens when you shop at the bins. You miss things all the time. So it's not a huge loss if I have to basically redonate that, but it is what it is. So that's what I found at my first bins trip. I want to show y'all what I found at this other Goodwill bins in the Portland area a couple days prior. The first is a pair of these Patagonia Kamali, I believe. I think they're just boxers in size extra large. So I Probably won't even try to take these to Crossroads. I don't think they sell underwear, but I thought I could. They're so lightweight, they probably didn't cost much, so I thought I could just list them over on Poshmark for like 15 bucks. And since Patagonia tends to sell really quickly for me, I thought it'd be worth that. And then similarly with this, I mean, I'll take it to Crossroads, I just don't think they sell these things. This is a Free People, which is really cute, just a green lace bralette, really, really cute. I think this could potentially sell really quickly, not for a lot, but hopefully quickly. And it's a size extra small, so I can quickly list that over on Poshmark as well. And then I thought this was so cute. If Crossroads doesn't take it, then I'm probably gonna keep it. This Harley Davidson Tee, and there was a time period in which Harley Davidson was really all the rage, but I don't know if it still is. I just really I like the wash of this one, I like the feel, and I just like the graphics. On the back, it's got this, which says it's from New Mexico. I just thought this was really, really cute. And then I got these Adidas leggings. Say Adidas along the leg, and this is in really, really good condition. There's no cracking or anything on that graphic, and these are a size extra large, so I thought they were really cute, an on-trend piece, and I think Crossroads will take these, but we will see. And then I found this Brandy Melville, just ribbed crop top. I don't know if Crossroads accepts Brandy Melville, but since this was a definitely on season and on trend piece, I thought I would try it out. It's very lightweight. This is a brand on my 50 Bolo list, which if you guys haven't downloaded that yet, it's free. It's on my website. There will be a link down below in the description. 50 Bolo brands to be on the lookout for when you're reselling. I could not believe I found this at the bins, but this is the older tag from Norma Kamali, and actually on that Bolo list I show the pictures of older tags and the newer tag, and so there is a photo of this exact tag and I recognized it. But I think this dress would still do well on Poshmark. I want, for just experiment's sake, I want to see if Crossroads will accept it. If not, I probably will just send it to the Real, or I can sell it myself. But I thought that was a really, really good find. I was so excited about that. And so I want to see how it performs at these other places. I kind of already have a good idea that it could do well on Poshmark, but I don't know. For experiment's sake, let's just test it out. This was a piece that I thought was actually really good to find at the bins. I was surprised to see it. I've seen it so many times at thrift stores, so I don't know why I'm too surprised. But it's a high jacket. It's kind of an army jacket, utility jacket, with this lace contrasting material on the pockets and on the hood there and on the lapel. It's really, really cute. However, it does have a little bit of distressing on it, but I mean, I don't think that really detracts from the overall style of this piece, because it's kind of that more utility looking jacket. I have checked comps on this on Poshmark in the past, and I believe this style is pretty saturated, doesn't go for too much anymore. Back in the day, this would have been a really, really good piece to sell on Poshmark, but I'm hoping that instead Crossroads will want it, and if not, I think it should do pretty well on ThredUp. Next are these Patagonia size 0 kind of jogger pants. They're low rise, which I'm not crazy about, but I think they should do well somewhere, either Crossroads or ThredUp, so definitely worth picking up since they're pretty lightweight. And then I found this Madewell top, size large. It's just kind of a puff sleeve. Feels like that texture and thread fabric. Plain black tee, and this is kind of the texture and thread fabric I like to pick up, even if it's plain, because people do like it, and it sells pretty quickly. I'll pick up at the bins, I'll say that. I wouldn't necessarily pay for it at the thrift store, but the bins is a different story. Okay, and then I found Free People dress. This is kind of more of a summer piece, so if they don't accept it this time, I might just put it away for summer to take it into Crossroads then. It is an older Free People label, and so I generally don't like to sell older Free People labels on Poshmark, but if they'll take it at Crossroads, that's great. And then also ThredUp, it might do okay. It's just this kind of halter neckline, and then with this kind of cute little lace detail, and then it's kind of an A-line dress from there, just kind of a tint dress almost. This is a men's piece. I'm trying to still kind of crack the code on what men's pieces they take at Crossroads, but this is a Vans. And since I think really they're kind of getting more streetwear type pieces, especially for men's in their store, I thought Vans would be a good one. It's kind of a more of a skater boy type look, and that's, I think, definitely something that's kind of popular in Portland. And it has this kind of cool green and white stripe with this marled white dots throughout, which I thought was cool and unique. Here is another older Anthropologie piece. This is a in-house brand I don't think they make anymore. It says HWR, but the name of the brand is Monogram. I wonder, I'm sure Crossroads will recognize this, but I wonder if they'll pick it up. It is a sweater, and it has this cute little button novelty print on the inside. That's a satin fabric and really shiny and luxurious feeling, but yeah, and it also is on the pockets as well. But yeah, this is definitely an older style, so I'll be curious to see if they'll take it. I was on the fence about picking these up or not, but I decided, okay, let's experiment and see, because I do know Crossroads is pretty particular with their denim, but these are really on trend. So we'll see if style can trump brand in this case. But this is PacSun, and this is their newer label. And these are high-rise straight in a size 24, and they have a button fly. And they're just a very on-trend type of piece. I think I'm going to throw all of this actually into the dryer, because while I washed it, they've been sitting in these bags for a while and they've gotten kind of wrinkly. So if I can make them look all pristine and folded, then I think they'll be more likely to take them. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how these do. Since their jeans are a little bit heavier, so I was like, ugh, do I want to pay more for these PacSun jeans? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. Would you have picked these up? But they are just a really, really recent style, and they're in really good condition, so we will see. Next, I found these Madewell shorts in a size large. Again, this is a summer piece, so I don't think they will pick it up right now, but I can just put it aside and take it back to them in March, which is only really a few months away. This is, again, another standard James Perse piece, but this is, well, it's really wrinkly now, but a men's polo. And again, if Crossroads does not take this, then I can actually send it into the Real, because the Real does have men's and they have kids. I actually, oh my gosh, I just bought my niece some clothing from the Real. This should be sponsored. I do have a link to the Real. I'll link it down in the description below, because now I signed up for their affiliate program and I guess they approved me. So if you want to shop from the Real, I'll link it down below. I really like shopping from the Real. It's my new obsession, and I bought my niece, who lives in Spain. She's about to turn 6. I bought her a bunch of clothing from the Real, and I was able to do international shipping from the Real, which was super easy. And I'm just gonna pop up here the pieces that I got her, because I literally just did this today. I'm so obsessed with them, and they're so cute, and I got such a good deal on them. So anyways, where was I going with this? Oh, the Real, they accept men's, they accept kids in certain brands. And so one of my projects to do for this week is to really study those brands, because I would really, really like to become just like power seller or a power consigner on the Real and send a ton of kids stuff, a ton of men's stuff, because those aren't really things that I sell in my Poshmark closet. They're not really my specialty. But if I could really become a specialty seller for those categories through the Real, that would give me another stream of revenue. It would be really fun. I could just do it at the bins. And it's something I would just really think I would enjoy, and I wouldn't have to work that hard. I'd just buy it and ship it off. So how fun is that? I love it. Jack from Jack and Ryan, I think their YouTube channel is Jack Valentine. I'll link down below if you guys don't watch them already. Jack is a really successful consigner over at the Real, so he's kind of been the person who's inspired me to get more serious about it, and I'm doing pretty well over there. And it's one of my goals to really buckle down and send more items over there. So if you're interested in content about the Real, let me know in the comments down below. I'm just obsessed, apparently. I just actually bought a few things for myself over there as well. Okay, I'll stop talking about the Real now. Only 2 more pieces that I'm taking to Crossroads. The first is this little satin number from Free People. It's actually an intimately Free People dress. I'll show you all the tag. It's a size large. Again, if they don't accept this, I actually could resell it. It's in really good condition. It's just this kind of midnight blue satin piece with a really low back. And then lastly is a brand I've actually never picked up before. It's an Aritzia in-house brand, and I'm not really familiar with Aritzia in-house brands, but I mean, I really could afford to be. So when I found this new with tags and it said Aritzia, so I already knew that it was an Aritzia brand. I knew how much it retailed for. I was like, okay. All right, well, my camera decided to shut off at this point, but this is what I found. It's a chambray sleeveless jumpsuit. And so if Crossroads doesn't pick it up, I will just try to sell it and see how it does. It wasn't super heavy, so it probably wasn't very expensive, and yeah. Okay, so that's everything that I found at both of these Goodwill outlets. I think I spent probably a little over 3 hours at both of these combined, so it's really not a bad haul for that much time, probably 3.5 hours. I actually think the one that I didn't catch on camera was more successful, but let me know in the comments down below which one you thought. Definitely the one I caught on camera, I found 2 Reformation pieces at, so that was pretty special, but I was able to find more items at the first one. But if y'all would like a Goodwill outlet thrift with me, let me know in the comments down below. But now, you know, time's ticking, daylight is being wasted. We got to get over to Crossroads and see if they'll take these. Okay, let's head on over there, and fingers are crossed. Hopefully we make some good money from this stuff. Okay. Ooh, actually, before we head on over to Crossroads, I actually want to share with y'all how much I spent at the Goodwill outlet on those 2 trips. So on the Goodwill outlet trip that I took y'all on with me, I got 7.56 pounds at $2.19 per pound. I think if you go over 20 or 25 pounds, that goes down to $1.29. So ideally, I could have spent longer and got a better deal, but I didn't spend that much time. So 7.5 about pounds at $2.19 per pound. I spent $16.56. And then at the trip that I didn't take y'all to, I bought 9.12 pounds, again at $2.19 per pound, and spent $19.97. So in total, I spent about $36.56. I think I could literally sell one of those pieces on Poshmark and make that back, but instead this time around we're going to take it to Crossroads and see what we can get for them, and then whatever they don't take, we can find other ways to make money at. So I'm excited. I think we could be making good money, a good return. And the beautiful thing about doing this instead of selling on Poshmark is that it takes zero work in terms of listing, photographing, inventorying, shipping, waiting for the right buyer to come along. If you can just go to the bins one day and take it to Crossroads the next and have a good return on your money, then that means money in your pocket faster. So I'm excited to see what we can turn $36 into. And again, if I had spent longer, then I could have got a better deal with that rate per pound. But anyways, okay, so let's head on over. Okay, so what ended up happening is that I took my stuff to the first Crossroads and I had to leave it overnight for them to process. And so when I came back to pick it up, I saw that Zara Sherpa jacket on the wall. And then at the second Crossroads, I made an appointment, which is what I would recommend you doing. Just calling ahead to your consignment store and seeing if they're taking appointments, and if so, making one. They had a lot of availability, so I should have just done that to begin with, but that's okay. While I waited, I went through the denim section first and foremost. I love buying denim anywhere, but also from buy sell trade stores, because this is where I can find really high quality premium denim oftentimes. And I found a couple actually that you'll see later on in the video. And so here is the other Crossroads that I went to as well. Okay, so now it's time to talk about what did Crossroads take, how much did they pay me, and then what I ended up getting at Crossroads. So I'm actually going to write it all out in the description down below, so that if you want to reference that now or at some point, you can have that to just kind of have a base understanding of what they're taking right now. And that is, of course, into Portland, Crossroads, consignment stores. It's definitely different across the country because the local consignment stores are obviously catering what they're picking up to the customer base that lives in that area, and Portland is a little bit distinct, of course. So that being said, it was kind of surprising to me what they did take, and I'm gonna, after I share with y'all what they took, I'm gonna kind of tell y'all some learning lessons that I gained and also why I think they didn't take very much. Okay, so at the first store, they were actually really nice enough to print out a list of what they took and how much they paid me for each item. And so I have that. At the second location, I was able to gather what they took, but I don't know what they paid per item. So I've kind of averaged it across the items that they took. So I'll share the information that I have. So in the first location, they took the PacSun button fly jeans, and they gave me a trade payout of $9.25 or a cash payout of $5.55. Next, they took the Vans button down that y'all saw, and they gave me a trade payout of $7.50 or a cash payout of $4.50. Next, they took that Harley Davidson Tee, and they gave me a trade payout of $9.25 or a cash payout of $5.55. And lastly, as y'all saw up on the wall, they took the Zara Faux Sherpa lined jacket, and they gave me a trade payout of $12 for that or a cash payout of $7.20 for that. So for both of these, I actually chose to do trade payouts just because I would gain more money, and also I can use that to buy inventory. But of course, I could have taken the cash. Okay, so now let's talk about the second Crossroads location that I went to. They also took 4 items. I took the exact same stuff that the first place didn't take, took it to the other Crossroads. They took an additional 4 items. I just averaged out the total payout amongst the 4 items, and so each trade payout came to $7.75, and then each cash payout came to $4.65. However, it was probably one of these items was higher, and then the other 3 were probably pretty low, because as you'll see, 3 of them were tops. So the first was the Reformation floral dress, which I honestly couldn't believe that the first location didn't choose or pick up. The second was that Brandy Melville ribbed top. The third was that Nike crop top. And then the fourth was that Madewell plain black top. And so overall, as y'all know, I spent $36 at the Goodwill bins. I made $69 in trade payout, or I could have made $41.40 in cash payout. So if I was doing this as a means to make quick cash, this would be really poor because I took a lot of time, right, to thrift all those items, to wash them, and then go to both Crossroads, and I would have literally only made $7, no, not even $5.40. So that would have been a horrible return on my investment. But instead I was able to get that trade payout, but still it really wasn't that good of a use of my time. If I spent $36 for $69 in trade, I still have to purchase additional items and then list those. So if this was the basis upon which I was making my decision on whether or not I wanted to pursue this strategy, I would say definitely don't do it. But I've had way more success in the past, so I want to talk a little bit about why I think it was so poor this time, and also what I'm gonna do going forward. So the number one reason why I think they purchased way less from me this time than last time, because as I talked about in the haul, some of the things I was almost certain they were going to take, like the Adidas leggings and the Reformation trench coat, even though I was missing the belt. But the number one reason why I believe they did not buy very much from me is because of COVID. So right now in Portland, things are really still shut down a lot, and when I went into both Crossroads, it was completely empty except for people trying to consign items. And they had so much inventory, like every single shelf and every single hanger was just really jam-packed full of clothes. And they both told me that as well. They just said, we're being really picky while things are slow for us right now, which, you know, as someone who's trying to sell there is really unfortunate, but as someone who's buying there, I think there's really good inventory there right now. And I'm going to show you the few pieces that I picked up. I really only spent like 20 to 30 minutes in each one just because I didn't have that much time. But I was able to find some good stuff and some brands I had never actually found before. So overall, I think kind of the learning lesson is this moment in time for consignment stores and buy sell trade stores, they're kind of struggling because their normal clientele isn't coming in. I think it could be also the case that just during the month of December, pre-owned clothing probably performs worse than retail, and so that might also be reflected in buy sell trade stores as well. But I've really never seen those stores that empty, so I'm definitely not going to give up on this strategy, but I may put it on the back burner at least until the vaccine is rolled out and we kind of go back to life as normal. This is also the case with ThredUp. ThredUp has been so overwhelmed with an influx of shipments to them that they're not even accepting shipments right now. I think that's also a result of COVID, but the one platform that I know is looking for inventory is the RealReal. And I am going to actually just kind of try to start really focusing on the RealReal more. This video is not sponsored by the RealReal, even though I've been talking about it a lot. But again, the link to my RealReal affiliate link or whatever is in the description below. But I really do like consignment, but right now options are limited. And I think as a reseller, understanding different consignment platforms and different consignment shops is really a useful tool in either getting rid of stale inventory or just having another revenue stream. So the items that they didn't take, I'll probably either sell, send to the RealReal, or just wait and send to ThredUp, or I can just wait until later on this year and try again taking it to Crossroads. Okay, so now I want to show y'all what I got at Crossroads. Only a few things because like I said, I didn't spend too much time in Crossroads, but I just want to show y'all real quick. Okay, so the first thing is actually for me. I just picked it up, but I wanted to show y'all anyway. It is a Zara dress. It's a size medium, which is a little too big, but it's actually supposed to be an oversized fit. But it's got this high neckline with this lace on it, and it's a very Victorian puff sleeve kind of swing dress, button front. I thought it was so cute. So if y'all see me wearing this in a video in the future, you know where I got it from. The next, I think y'all saw me find at the first Crossroads, but it's a pair of redone Levi's, one of the best-selling denim brands that is out there today. It's basically a brand that redoes old Levi's. They also redo old Hanes t-shirts. It is new with tag, and because they redo old Levi's, like each pair is kind of unique. This is the back patch that they've, replaced the old Levi's patch with. And these actually have these little stains on them, which this kind of like, it looks like an oil splatter, which it's kind of unique and cute, I think, if you're going for that kind of more like distressed rough and tumble vintage Levi's look really cute with the Harley Davidson t-shirt that I sold to them. But I think I might actually send these to the RealReal. I know I could sell them on my own, but I kind of want to see how they do over there because I was looking at comps and it seems like they do really well over there, and it would just be super ezy for me to just boop, ship them off. And the RealReal consigns them really quickly, so it almost has a faster processing time than I do right now. So I'm gonna try over there. And then I also found, and those are size 23, so they're kind of small. I found a pair of Girlfriend denim. I really like selling Girlfriend, and these are the Helena jeans and Sharona wash. They have this step raw hem and just really cute button fly. These are a size 25, I believe, and so I will get these listed. I think they do have a little stain that I have to stain treat, but it should come out no problem, and they should be a pretty good quick flip. So I'm excited about those. I do love selling jeans. I also found, this is the first time I found this brand, and it is a brand on my Polo list, so I was very excited to find it. Christy Dawn. This is one of the best performing brands that really I come across in terms of retail value, retention, sell-through rate, just consistency. But this is a piece I could not find anywhere online. Like, the style of it is just, I have no idea what it is, because it's this long sleeve jumpsuit, which in Christy Dawn terminology they call it jumper, with these patch pockets on the front, and it's a button down style. It's a size medium large in this stripe print. I couldn't find the style name anywhere, and the reason that might be is because Christy Dawn, they use mainly, I think, potentially only dead stock fabric, and so that means that they buy old vintage fabric and use it to create all their pieces. When I was researching them, I was reading interviews with the founder, and she was saying that sometimes, you know, they only have a little bit of a certain type of dead stock fabric, so they'll just make a limited collection or a limited piece. And so I think that's what this might be. This may never have been on their online store, or just really limited, so there never was a lot of them online. I don't know, but it is made from dead stock fabric. I think it's really cute and really easy to wear, especially, you know, during COVID when we're just all hanging out at home anyways. So I thought that was a good piece, and I'm excited to try it out and see how it does. I also couldn't find any direct comps on that style on Poshmark, so, you know, if someone wants that kind of style, I'm the place where they can find it. The next piece that I found is also new at tags, and it is by a brand I love but have never sold before either, and it is the brand Serena with an X. This is the Oakland dress. It retailed for $248, and it's just this black kind of gauzy cotton fabric, just a sundress, really cute. I checked comps on this dress, and they sell regularly for $100 or more, and since this one was new to tag, I think it should sell for $100 or more come summertime or come springtime. So I was really excited to find this and really excited to try it out and see how it does. But yeah, this is a brand I've never sold before, but I love this brand. Definitely look it up. It's Xirena if you're unfamiliar with it. It's another brand that the Railroad takes, but when I was looking up comps on the Railroad, it doesn't actually do that well over there, but on Poshmark it does a lot better. And then lastly is potentially another piece for me. I think I am going to keep this one. It's a Lululemon. This is a size 6, so it's actually a little bit too big for me too, but I mean, it's a jacket, so who cares? It's this quilted jacket. I believe the style name is the Forever Warm jacket. I just really liked this kind of marled gray color and this quilted fabric with the cuffed wrists and the pockets. And I believe this is actually a reversible, which is, you can see there are pockets on the inside as well. I probably won't wear it reversed, but if it's raining here in Portland, I could, and that's a cool feature. So this was super affordable, and I don't have anything like this in my personal wardrobe, so I wanted to go ahead and pick it up, especially for those days where I want to go on hikes when it's a little bit cold. I thought this was perfect. Alright, well that is what I got at Crossroads. You know, they didn't take a lot of my stuff, but I learned a lot. The things I really learned was that, okay, don't go right now during COVID. Really pay attention to the times of year that buy-sell trade stores are really doing well, because that's when you want to be trading. And then pay attention also to the times in which they're not doing so well, they're not having as much traffic, and that's a good time to be buying. And I think right now I found some really good stuff for good prices, so it was a good time for me to buy. Not a great time for me to sell, but that's okay. But the other thing I really learned when I was looking over what they took, which I just put into a little spreadsheet here, it was a lot of the cheaper pieces. And what I mean by that are the pieces that retail for less. So if you look over the list of brands, you've got PacSun, Vans, Harley Davidson, Zara, Brandy, Melville, Nike, and then Reformation and Madewell. But they passed on all of my Anthropologie, which makes me think, okay, I don't actually know if I'm gonna even pick up any Anthropologie anymore unless it's newer Anthropologie, and in that case I might just sell it myself. But older Anthropologie pieces, I mean, it really feels like they've had a steep drop off in demand anywhere on Poshmark, consignment stores. And so I'll send these into ThredUp and see how they do. But I mean, it's just sad. These literally 2 or 3 years ago, these were the pieces that I would have been dying to find, and now I can't give them away. So they also didn't take any Patagonia, which I think I should have known that, just because they don't really pick up a lot of outdoorsy pieces unless they're trendier pieces. And then they didn't pick up my 2 Free People dresses either, and they didn't pick up any James Perse, any of the Norma Kamali, they didn't pick up that Reformation trench coat. So really, the higher end pieces they did not take. The really young, trendy pieces like PacSun and Vans is what they're really looking for. So that's not a bad thing. You know, I can find those pretty easily at my bins, and now I know going forward what they're looking for. I also think that they really, really like denim, so I'll definitely keep that in mind as well. And so I'm not giving up on consignment stores yet. Hopefully you will see another more successful one of these types of videos in the future. But let me know in the comments down below, do you think it was the inventory that I took to them? Do you think it was the time of year? Do you think it was COVID? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know what your favorite piece that I picked up was. And I will see y'all in the next one. Thanks so much for joining me. Love y'all so much. Bye! Oh, before I forget, also you might want to check out these other videos that we have done in the past about reselling, thrifting, and having a successful online business. I think you're really gonna like them. Also, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!